My pet. This is an ice cream cone fortune cookie. It is 5:29 in the morning and I am sitting at Revolver, which can mean only one thing. We are leaving Bali and going on a little adventure. I am so excited for this trip. I've actually been quite sick the last 2 weeks, so I'm so happy that I woke up this morning feeling somewhat alright. I'm not 100% back to baseline, but we're feeling better. I think things just took a turn around on Monday night and I was up all night puking and I was like, no, this is the last thing that we want, knowing that this trip is coming up. And you know what, it's a place that has been on my bucket list for so long, and initially I didn't really plan to come here. I thought I might just do maybe a 1 night, 2 night trip away from Bali because I'm gonna be here until Christmas at least, so I wanted to take a little break. But you know what, I was telling myself that life is freaking short, I might as well just go somewhere that I really wanted it. So I booked a solo trip and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm just so glad that I'm feeling a little bit better. I mean, much better, not a little bit. So unusual for me. If I do get sick, it might last for a day or two and then I'm back to my usual self. So it has been really frustrating because everything else had to take a back seat. I had to take time away from the gym, which, you know what, I'm not scared about losing progress or anything. It's more so like the gym is such a big part of my life, and even for my mental well-being, I just love being in there. I love being in a routine. I love pushing myself, and had to just take a little backseat from that. So yeah, I'm excited to just get back into the swing of things, but first of all, we have this exciting trip. I just landed in Kuala Lumpur and we are off to a fantastic start. So I'm sitting in Costa at the moment. Got myself a tea, got myself a bowl of fruits, but where I should be sitting is the Sky Suit VIP lounge that I booked for myself, because essentially to get to where I'm flying to, which is Hoi An, you have to fly to Da Nang first, and you cannot get direct flights from Bali to Da Nang. You have to do a stopover. So my stopover just happened to be Kuala Lumpur, and I already have bad experience with Kuala Lumpur, which I feel like this is just deja vu. But anyway, to get to the Sky Lounge, you actually have to leave the airport, which means that you have to go through immigration. The immigration is, like, the queue for immigration is enormous. And I was told like you'd be easily waiting 30 minutes to an hour. So basically you have to go through immigration, fill out the immigration form, and then you get to your Sky Lounge. And then when you're coming back, you have to go through immigration again. And I'm like, it doesn't make any fucking sense for me to do that. So I'm like, I might as well just stay here where my departures are, because I thought it's great. I got a free upgrade, by the way. It's not like I just intentionally went and booked myself like a VIP lounge. I was booking to trip.com and I booked so many flights that they were like, oh, here's a free upgrade to a VIP lounge. I'm like, why not? I have 3.5-hour layover in Kuala Lumpur where there's not that much to do at the airport. So might as well just be in a lounge, do a little bit of work and get some free food, right? Yeah, so I decided that does not make any sense for me to do that. So I decided to stay here. And the second problem, the bigger fucking problem, is that I'm still waiting for my visa to Vietnam to come through. So usually it takes 3 days, and I applied for it 5 or 6 days ago, but it happened that the Vietnamese immigration was actually shut, so they couldn't process my visa, and it said that it's going to be processed today. So I'm literally sitting on my phone, refreshing my email, praying that that visa is going to come through, because otherwise I honestly don't know what's going to happen. My flight is in exactly 3 hours, so they have 3 hours to process that visa. So yeah, I'm just kind of chilling here and in the unknown of whether I will actually make it to Vietnam or not. So that's absolutely fantastic. But on the other hand, I did venture out around the whole Kuala Lumpur airport looking for that VIP lounge, so I felt like at least I got some steps in and got some movement. So that's on the positive. If you don't laugh, you cry. And at the moment, I am just laughing at myself after having a mini mental breakdown at the airport. Basically, we ended up in a country where I had not planned to stay, but my visa to Vietnam did not go through on time. It was not processed, which meant I could not enter the country, so they would not allow me to leave Kuala Lumpur, which after my mini breakdown, I was like, right, Martina, it's time to pull up your big girl pants and just come up with a solution. So basically, I'm just going to stay in Kuala Lumpur for 2 nights. And also, I'm just like, I really don't know when the visa for Vietnam is going to come true, so there's no point me just waiting for it. I'm just gonna enjoy the weekend here. I had not planned to, but look, I'm just gonna bring you along 48 hours in Kuala Lumpur. But let me just show you this apartment. Basically, it was so last minute. I went onto Booking, picked the first place that's in the city center that looked half decent, booked it, and I'm gonna take a fly out after the weekend. Actually, I haven't even booked my flight here, which I need to do, so I'm not leaving things last minute, but let me give you an apartment tour. To be fair, this place is actually really decent, so have a look. It's really exciting because I have the whole apartment to myself. So here's the kitchen. It's massive. For one person, unnecessary, but I'm not complaining because that's the best thing that happened to me. So a couch, telly, we even have a balcony. Go. Little view of the city, and I'm going to show you. So this is my bedroom. Very decent. And the bathroom, which is alright, like nothing fancy, but yeah, there we go. For anyone deciding to come to Kuala Lumpur, you can get a direct train from the airport to KL Central, which takes about 28 minutes. You can tap with your card, you tap off, and then from KL Central you can get the metro wherever you want to go. So it was another 3 stops to my accommodation. So basically I didn't even have to leave from the point of the airport to getting to the station near my hotel, and then it was an 8-minute walk, which is fantastic. Yeah, just a little bit of info for anyone that is coming over. You do not need a visa for Kuala Lumpur. Well, flying from Bali you don't. You just have to go through immigration. So you have to fill out some info, takes maybe 5 minutes, and they ask you how long you're staying, and that's basically it. So first thing that I came to explore is the hotel, and we have a pool. Let me show you the pool. There is some people in it, so I am very cautious about recording. I might make use of it. We'll see how we get on for a little morning swim. I feel like that'd be a nice and refreshing. And there's a gym. The hotel building even has a grocery store open till midnight, and you know what I spotted? Greek yogurt. You know how hard it is to find any protein-based product in Asia? Impossible. Impossible. I'm always so intrigued about supermarkets in foreign countries. Like, I love browsing around on what like the normal food nice. I found this super cute neighborhood, and there's a lot of cafes and restaurants, very quirky. It's quiet, so I'm unsure which restaurant to pick, because usually you know a place is good by how many people there is, but it's this awkward time between like lunch and dinner. It's like 5 p.m. So I feel just like Singapore, it's really quiet during the day and then it comes more to life at night, especially that it's Friday. A lot of people might be at work. But yeah, it's just so, it's really nice, like away from the chaos, I suppose. And yeah, I just have to decide on where I'm actually going to eat. On a place. It's actually the first one that I walked past and one that I had started on my Google Maps that I was walking to, but then I got lost on this little street and I was like, ooh, what are all these other restaurants? And then I got decision fatigue and you know what, I just went back to my original place. But this is called 103 Coffee, and honestly I didn't even realize that it's a known place for their coffee art. Basically, I'm just looking at this little menu and they have won World Latte Art Championships numerous years in a row. So I like, look at this. So I definitely am going to be coming back here probably in the morning because it is 5:30 p.m. and if I have a coffee now, I'm going to be up all night and I want to get a good night's sleep because it has been such a hectic day. This is such a cute little coffee shop. With alcohol.
This side is not alcohol.
Oh, amazing.
Pudding pastry.
And what's this one?
Yeah.
This is the cheesecake one. Okay.
So like tasty cheesecake, but this is ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Nice is all is nice.
A little bit of everything. Guys, how cool is this ice cream place? Like, it's so unusual. So I got my pistachio with rum and then some caramel crumble. What the hell? Alright, that's a little bit creepy, not going to lie. Again, ice cream shop. This is definitely the most random ice cream shop I have ever been to. The freaking ball pit, but the ice cream does look divine and I'm really excited to have a little treat after my dinner before we go exploring. This is an ice cream cone fortune cookie. Why am I so excited about this? Clearly I'm so easily entertained. Better ask twice than lose yourself once. Ooh, that's a good one. I was going to go exploring further, but then I just was so wrecked and decided to come back to the apartment just to rest for a little while. And you know what? Wait until it gets darker and the city comes alive and we'll see. But I do want to show you the view from the apartment now that it is dark. actually feel so amazing because I got such great sleep, a solid 9 to 10 hours at least, and I slept like a baby and it was so needed. And yeah, I'm just ready to explore Kuala Lumpur for the day. I'm actually quite excited and looking forward to it. I was doing a little bit of research yesterday on what's around, good cafes, good restaurants, just touristy places to explore, any landmarks that are around. And you know what? Yes, in hindsight, I was frustrated and I was annoyed that my visa to Vietnam didn't come true, and it did ruin my travel plans because I had the intentions to spend a whole week at a beachside in Hoi An, very wholesome solo time, reflecting and recharging, and I ended up in a big city for the weekend. But you know what? I have two choices: either to remain frustrated and pissed off that things just didn't go my way, or two, get over it and make the most out of my time in Kuala Lumpur. Like, how freaking lucky am I to be even able to travel and to be in a different country and explore this new culture, this new place that I haven't been to before. So I'm obviously going to go with option 2 and make the most out of my short time here and enjoy it. So first on the list is breakfast, my favorite meal of the day. And of course, I've done my research on any good cafes. You know what? I haven't heard great things about Kuala Lumpur in terms of food. A lot of people told me like do not bother really coming here and that it's kind of hard to find nice cafes, nice restaurants, but I went digging. I've done my research and discovered a couple, not many, but a couple is all I need, decent coffee shops. Now, by decent, it's just by reviews, by photos, but we're going to have to test it on ourselves. I'm starving. So this is about a 20-minute walk, but I'm gonna get my steps up. It's humid, but not as humid as when I got here yesterday. There's a little bit of a breeze, which is quite nice. Okay, so I found a cute health cafe, and turns out the menu is pretty incredible for both breakfast and lunch. So I ordered a Greek yogurt bowl with fresh fruit, granola and peanut butter, and then a side of scrambled eggs as well, and a flat white. So I'm really excited and I'm happy to find something that is protein, nutrient based, fresh in Malaysia, because like I said, I heard not so great things about it in terms of food. So let's dig in. I stumbled across a shopping center, and I usually try to avoid shopping centers. It's just not a bit of me. Because they're chaotic, they're so big, I can never find what I'm looking for. So yeah, usually I'm just like avoiding them like a plague. But you had to go through the shopping center to get to the KLCC park. Well, you didn't have to, you could have went around it, but I did. And I ended up just browsing around shops. I am on the hunt for a new beach bag, just kind of like an everyday bag, because I'm using a random tote bag, and a journal. It's so hard to find a nice journal that's also not crazy expensive. I am sweating because although there's aircon in the shopping mall, it's still really hot and it's very humid, so there's like sweat pouring off me. But yeah, I did not find what I was looking for, but on the other hand, I did pick up new trousers and a cute day dress in H&M, so that's a win. And now I'm just gonna walk around the park. It's actually really pretty here. It's 11 a.m. and I'm already on 6,500 steps, which in Bali, I get to the end of the day and I'm on that number, and then I usually go to the beach and finish them off. So I suppose that's one amazing thing about cities, is that you walk a lot. Well, if you like walking, of course you can get taxis here, metro, I think Grab operates here as well, which is the taxi service, motorbikes in Bali. But I just do enjoy walking. I would normally find a place I'm walking to, so I pin the destination on my Google Maps and then I'll walk there, and along the way I'll just admire the scenery. Maybe I'll come across something I hadn't planned to. So I think walking in cities is just great because you can stumble across quirky streets or cool shops and whatnot. Finding a cute little cafe, but let me tell you, it was a mission and a half to get to because it was nowhere near a metro station. So I was trying to figure out which metro station to get to that is the closest to this cafe. By the way, I found it doing my research yesterday in terms of like best cafes in Kuala Lumpur. So I mean, we'll see, was it worth it, but trying to figure out how to get to a place with no data and then just navigating Google Maps, got to a metro station that looked like it was the closest to this cafe, and then had to walk for 15-20 minutes maybe, and in dead heat, so I am absolutely pouring sweat, but it seems to be quite popular. It's really busy. I just about got a table, which is a very good sign, and even the interior and the ambience is already giving me a good vibe. I really like the menu, so we shall see what the food is like. I ordered the salmon rice roll, and honestly it looks delicious. I decided to get myself this pastry because I was looking at the pastries and I was like, I have to pick one. I'm not even a huge pastry person, but I absolutely adore pistachio.
It's coming Monday on the 9th.
Oh my gosh, this is so freaking good.
6 people. Alright.
I did find a bookstore and a stationery store, and I managed to find myself a journal finally, and she's so cute. I'm gonna show you. Oh, I'm really excited because my journal finished and I couldn't write my morning gratitude and my thoughts, so I've been just like using a notepad the last like 2 days, but I'm so glad to have a new one, and it's like a bendy one, not a hardcover, so I feel it's just really nice and easy to carry along. And I also got myself this little one because I love writing a to-do list every single night before I go to bed. This is actually a really good strategy I've implemented because, well, I make it sound it's a good strategy. It's a good strategy that I implemented, but no, what I was meaning to say is that if you're somebody that struggles to wind down at night, aka myself, you know, my thoughts be running 90 and you know my head hits the pillow, but I'm thinking of 101 things that I have to do for the next day or the week. So I love just having a notebook at the bedside locker and writing out my to-do list for the next day, like before I go to bed or even before I wrap up work for the day. Just having a notebook and writing down what needs to get done the following day. So I got myself this little cute one, and it basically says you are exactly where you need to be. And I carry my like to-do list notebook everywhere with me because I physically love just crossing out the tasks I need to get done. That's really what gets me going and keeps me productive and keeps me on track during the day. So yeah, just a little small one to write out my to-do list. So I'm very happy with my purchases. I'm just heading to the apartment complex gym to do a quick workout. Full body, half an hour, 45 minutes. I really just want to move my body. I've been really sick, so I haven't actually trained or wasn't able to train for majority of the week. I got my lower body session in on Monday, and that was about it. So I'm finally back to myself, finally having the energy. So I really just want to move my body, and yeah, just taking a little break. There's not much I have planned to do here in Kuala Lumpur. It's not like my schedule is so packed. So be a nice way to move, get that workout in, get a good pump, and then probably head out somewhere for dinner and explore the night. For a little tour of Kuala Lumpur at night, and the city definitely comes to life at night. So very similar to Singapore, but it makes sense. There's so much skyscrapers and cool buildings, and yeah, it's just very vibrant right now. But I must say the Twin Towers 100% look more impressive at night, lit up, than they do during the day. I ended up at Nando's. Honestly, it's been such a long day and I'm absolutely shattered. When I got to the fountains and watched the fountain show, if you could call it a show, and just walked around, and the mall is absolutely mahooses, so even trying to get from one place to the other is exhausting. I see Nando's and I was like, you know what, it's easy, convenient option. I didn't have Nando's in so long. I think the last time I had it was when I was in Dubai at the end of 2022. But it actually looks pretty yum. I got a quarter of a chicken, spicy rice, and charcoal veg. And I'm just gonna enjoy that and call it a night. I wanted to see this lit up tunnel But you know what? We'll see. We're gonna dig into this food and see how we're feeling in terms of walking any further. I've decided to come back to the coffee shop that I initially landed on when I first got here, the 103 Coffee, and try out one of their coffees, because when there is a good coffee shop, then I'm all over it. I'm such a coffee snob. So I got myself a flat white. It has a chocolate, cacao, ripe dark fruit taste to it. It's called After Meal. So, 103 Coffee. That's a really good coffee. I got my journal. So happy. I'm gonna write my gratitude. Honestly, I had such a great sleep again. I've been sleeping so good here, and it's so needed, I think, because I've been just so exhausted. I even brought my book to bed to read for a little bit, and that didn't happen because the minute my head hit the pillow, I was out. But yeah, I'm leaving tonight, so I'm gonna have my coffee, gonna do a little bit journaling, reading, have a really nice and slow Sunday morning. Really excited to get back into my normal routine, because the last 2 weeks have been so off, between being sick and this travel situation, and with work as well. I had a launch going on, so spaces for my exclusive one-to-one coaching program, Timeless Body Project, went live. So it was quite chaotic trying to get everyone on board. So I'm just excited to get back into training, eating good, and prioritizing myself. And I have a lot of exciting work things going on that I'm so ready to dive into. And I just decided to set myself a new focus with training too. And I feel like I've been floating a little bit for the last while. So it'd be good to be able to focus on some concrete goals to finish off 2024 super strong. I just came to Tapestry for breakfast, and we got 2 sunny side ups, beetroot cured salmon, potato roasting, and some zucchini. So an interesting choice of breakfast. I normally wouldn't really go for that. I don't know, I was kind of looking at the options, and I'm like, there's something about each of them where I'm like, oh, I would like to change that, but you can't really make changes. And I noticed that in most places here in Kuala Lumpur, they're not really too fond about changing things, because the way you order is you just scan your QR code and make your order that way. But I mean, just being a little adventurous, I'm gonna dig into that now. I'm currently at the airport. I decided to just get the train here once I checked out, and checkout was at 11 a.m. because honestly, I had nothing really else planned to do in Kuala Lumpur, and I didn't really fancy walking around too much because it's so fucking humid and I'd be just a sweaty mess. So I decided to come here, and it's about an hour from the city. So I got the metro to KL Central, and then I got the train or another metro to straight to the airport. It's like 28 minutes, which is absolutely ideal. But honestly, this airport, it's just it's testing me. It is testing me. yeah, it just takes ages to get across the whole airport, and then you have to go through immigration again, and the queue to the immigration is massive, so it took probably about 40 minutes to get through immigration. So if you are flying through Kuala Lumpur airport, or if you are flying here, then just make sure you are giving yourself enough time to get through immigration. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing here in the departures. I found a Starbucks, which was fine. Not the best coffee, but it's fine. And yeah, I was hoping to have like a decent meal, but all I could get was a chicken sandwich in Starbucks. Again, not ideal, but it is fine. I have 3 hours to kill, but I do have a little bit of work to do, so I have my laptop here and I can just dive into work and get ahead of the week, because I won't get back home till late tonight, and then it'd be a busy start from a Monday, so it'd be nice to just get ahead. And yeah, this wraps up my trip. Very unexpected trip and a weekend in Kuala Lumpur. Chaotic, frustrating, but you know, I'm just ending the weekend with a smile. And if you enjoyed this vlog and you enjoy my videos, then please subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment. It really means the world to me.